Hit that like button as you come in. Wake the hell up. Dolly! Boom! What is up, turtles? Good morning, good morning. Wake up!
In this hellhole I've been stuck, but I feel something I've never felt before. I can't stop this craving. If you tried it once, you want it even more.
Wake and bake with Dolly. Time to get up. Time to get up.
The smoke down here will sting and burn, so cover up your eyes. Sooner than you know we'll rise. Baby, I just wanna take you home. So lose the grip and make it on your own.
Sounds cold.
You got a glass of so big mind, and I am not that saving kind.
Mama Bear. 2 months. Hell yeah. No snow in VA either.
I just wanna take you home, so lose the grip and make it on your own.
Dolly early morning. Sometimes I be early morning.
You got a claustrophobic mind, and I am not that dangerous kind. Baby,
Team Rose.
I just wanna take you home, so lose the grip and make it on your own.
We got Ricky Beavers with us.
You got a claustrophobic
Jen and Rhonda.
I am not that
Murder Crew, baby.
not that secret kind.
Good morning and happy holidays, turtles. It is good to see so many of y'all jumping in the room. All my insomniacs, you know I ain't usually here this early, but Dolly decided to come hang out with you guys early morning. Thank you for everybody that came by last night and checked out Turtle Island. Okay, so we're going to be talking about this Idaho 4 murders that took place. You know that one, right? There's a lot of stabbing going on in the Idaho area. Still, the killer has not been caught. We still have not found the white Hyundai. Well, there's a lot of sleuths going down, you know, sleuthing. And they found a lot of Hyundais, but not the Hyundai we looking for. Because this Hyundai should be covered in blood. Okay? And speaking of blood, we know now that they took 113 pieces of evidence from the house, what is it, 1122 King Road, okay? Where the brutal stabbings took place of these 4 young Idaho college students, okay? So now, you know, I always be telling people, Nancy Grace be scaring the shit out of me. She's always so angry and mad. But, you know, as I started sleuthing, I realized that she's always pissed off because she's dealing with the craziest of the crazies, killers, baby killers, and all this stuff, right? So Nancy Grace leaks that there has been some DNA taken from the crime scene. that was mixed with some other DNA. We heard rumors about that. Sometimes there may be some truth in a little bit of these rumors. Now, how does Nancy Grace know all this shit? Okay? Because she's famous as hell. She's rich. She has powerful friends. She has friends that are investigators, friends that are the FBI, friends that are police. And she be leaking some stuff, right? And you know Nancy Grace got to vet it because she don't want to get sued. Okay? So when you powerful like that, you got a lot of rich money, you say some crazy shit, people will sue the hell out of you. There's a TikToker right now getting sued by a professor at Idaho because he's done implicated this person, and this person says this TikToker's messing up their career, and they're going after the purse. So you gotta watch what you say. You can't just randomly accuse people, destroy their career, drag them under the bus, and they not done it. Okay? When you're gonna go accusing people, you gotta be sure. Like when I was in Leilani's face, I was like, "You did it," but I knew she did it. And you know, today is the 23rd. It's a little off topic from the video, but Billy Joe is out of jail. I got word from Georgia that she is out. Okay, she didn't make no surprise appearances yet because, you know, she had to score some crack. Okay, that's a little off topic this morning, but I just wanted to share that with you for all you Billy Joe Howell fans, Billy Joe Betterton, or whatever alias that fast jawbone moving ass woman goes by. Okay, so all the fans of her, you know, that send her money, wish list stuff, things like that, she is officially out of jail. Okay, so anyway, yeah, when you go after somebody's purse like this professor suing this TikToker that's getting millions of views, yeah, she'll pipe down and she'll probably shut up. Now, what I'm saying about the Nancy Grace thing is she's saying there's some DNA. That DNA was checked and it didn't come back to nobody in the DNA database. Now, here's the thing. Now, maybe this could be an older criminal like we seen in the FedEx situation. Remember the FedEx driver? He didn't have a criminal record. So his DNA wouldn't have been on file. Okay? So let's just say he would have left some DNA behind. They would have got that DNA. They would have tested it. They wouldn't have knew who the hell that DNA belonged to because he's not on file. Unless one of his family members, of course, was on file. Or if they got a hold of Ancestry.com or some of these other DNA ancestry sites and try to run it through their database also, which the FBI does do, okay? But they have to request the help and things of that nature. Who is the killer, right? You know, for the longest time, I thought this was a serial killer. I'm thinking it's an older person. But now I'm starting to have second thoughts on that. Because an older person that's a criminal, they would have done something. You know, I'm thinking, hey, this person's been arrested for peeping Tom or something like that. Now, they're not going to have your DNA if you've been arrested for a misdemeanor crime. Just because you've been arrested don't mean they have your DNA on file. You would have to be like a convicted felon, okay? So whoever this killer is not a convicted felon. Or they would have his DNA in the database, okay? So this starts to make me think, is this more of one of these young kids, right? Now, I don't want to start blaming anybody. I don't want no lawsuits hitting Dolly. You know, this is all allegedly. There's a lot of things going on, and we don't know. The only person really that would have a real bad motive is Jack, right? He would have a little bit of a motive. His girl done broke up with him. He's in proximity, right? What was told to Adam, and the crazy thing about that goes back to Jack once again. Adam is Jack's friend, and I think they were concerned about what they told Adam because I don't think they wanted it getting back to Jack, okay? So when they got back to the house, they were probably arguing, why'd you tell them that? Why'd blah, blah, blah? And they started blowing up Jack's phone, okay? Now, I don't know if Jack, this was like, oh, nah, hell with this. He got some message that he didn't like. A lot of people seem to think this, allegedly. And he went over there and he did some horrible things. Now, I would think that would be too easy for the police. You know what I'm saying? Because if he walked in that house, he would have walked out. He would have left. He would at least had a blood trail to his house? Because it sounds like to me, according to Nancy Grace, I said Gray. She might be a gray alien, okay? I don't know. There was some transfer of blood, and it's not coming back to nobody, okay? So that means the killer was cut. The killer was bleeding, okay? So there's killer blood mixed in with that blood that is there. So if he did have a K-bar knife, it must not have did too good, or the people in the house put up a better fight than we thought they did, okay? Because this killer didn't leave unscathed. Not only would he had blood all over him from the people he killed, but he would have also been bleeding himself, okay? So that white Hyundai Elantra is really important because there should be blood all over that car. If that is the car that left this murder scene and this person walked out this house, you know, just had a jacket on and whatever and walked out bloody, got in the car, that car should be hellacious with evidence in this case, okay? But still, nothing yet on the car. All right, so no DNA match. It making me think it's a young person. These young people, just in videos alone, okay, of the young kids themselves, we see white Hyundai Elantras. It's almost like saying a white van, okay? You know how many white vans you see a day? You see a million of them. I mean, that's how many Hyundai Elantras you see too. And I just don't think the killer is going to call up and be like, yo, this person got a white Hyundai Elantra. You know, I didn't do it. I just don't think that is really going to happen. Okay, now, the dude, the chief of police there, he did do a new interview, and we're going to check out, let's jump over to that real fast, okay? And he did this 9 hours ago. So let's check out a little bit of what the chief of police had to say. I'm going to open up the phone lines in just a few minutes too, so you beautiful people can call in. So don't start calling now because the phone lines are not open. But I will get them open for you guys in just a few minutes. Let's just check out what old Chiefy here has to say this morning.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars?
No, I'm not. I'm absolutely not sick of it. All right, let's do this.
On the news at 6, I'm Doug Petcash. Morgan Romero has the night off. It's been more than 5 weeks since the murders of 4 University of Idaho students in Moscow. There is still no suspect, but police are confident the case will be solved. News Channel 7 investigative reporter Alexandra Duggan talked to the Moscow police chief to get a glimpse into what this case has done to the small-town police department and how they're holding up.
A pit in your stomach. That's how Moscow Police Chief James Fry describes the feeling of getting a call from his captain telling him that 4 students were just killed from a stabbing in a house off King Road near campus.
Many of us have.
Okay, I want to back that up a little bit. Because I was finding out last night, somebody told me, remember I said that Chevy Cruze, I believe, belonged to Dylan's boyfriend? I'm finding out now, I do not believe that now to be the car. Okay, that's how internet rumors circulate. I just want to make a correction to you guys, because I said I thought it was the car last night. I don't think it's the car now.
Kids, many of us have kids that are same age. It is emotional.
What's up in Scotland?
There are tears at times, and we're human. You know, we doesn't mean we're not pushing forward just because we feel for the families and we feel for the community and the victims. We'll continue to do our jobs, and we'll continue to push until we get all the answers because we owe it to them.
Fry said he's worked with other agencies before and dealt with some violent murders in his time with the police department, but it was many years ago. Times have changed. What's kind of like the mentality that you guys are sticking with right now? Because I know that it's very difficult. Like, what's keeping you going? We
have 4 lost lives, and we have 4 families and extended families and a community that's torn apart. And we need to bring some closure to that, and we need to do everything we can. That's what drives investigators. We want to solve this. We want to get the answers.
The case has spiked national news and public interest, causing people to speculate about information that was never confirmed by police.
It's a pretty dynamic case when you look at how big it's gotten with national media. And anytime you're dealing with national media, which we've never really experienced before, it brings a whole new element.
People want more answers, but police can't give those just yet.
So he's never dealt with no national attention from the media. This is the first time Moscow, Idaho, with him in charge, has dealt with a bunch of attention from national media. Now, I'm sure they dealt with local media, but not like CNN, Fox News, all the big boys, Court TV, Inside they all showing up, right? They're not quite used to that.
We have to protect the integrity of that case, and you know we've taken some ridicule for that, but in the end, when we prosecute this case, it'll be worth it, and we're going to hold the integrity of that case all the way through.
Along with speculation,
He said when they prosecute, it will be worth it. The only thing bad about that, guys, is what if they don't have nothing? They're not giving us anything, right? Not the public. There's no sketch of a killer. There's no actual picture of the car. There is some other stuff I'm going to pull up. There's a lot of sightings of cars that are similar, but they're not positive, even at the 345 car at the gas station, if that is the car. Now, the police did show up, of course, and take 8 hours of that video from there, but they're not still positive that that's the vehicle. Remember how I said it looks like the killer was going out of town? Well, if that's the car, it is. But if it ain't, you know what I'm saying? It could be another Hyundai Elantra a little ways away riding around the same time of night. Seems like a lot of damn Hyundai Elantras out for 3:45 in the morning, so most likely seems like it would be the car.
comes accusations of the murders becoming a cold case. Are you confident that you're going to solve this, or can you not speak to that? I mean, are you feeling, hopeful at least?
I'm very confident that we're going to solve this. We've heard the rumors. This case has gone cold. This case has not gone cold.
It sounds like it.
Tips continually.
Are they good
we've,
tips?
We've had people say that we don't have the right people in place. I'm telling you, we have the right people in place. We have the right resources. We have the right individuals, and we have a lot of experience that is overseeing this case to make sure that we get this right.
Alexandra Duggan, Idaho's News Channel 7.
Okay.
There is still no suspect in the quadruple murders, and police are still looking for information. If you have any, you can call the tip line number on your screen, 208-883-7180.
Okay, guys, I'm going to open up the phone line now. The phone lines are open. You guys want to touch base on the Idaho 4 killings, hit up that call-in number. Like I said, Nancy Grace is spreading these rumors, or allegedly, that there's some DNA evidence, and if there's DNA, that means the killer was cut. He's dropped some blood. They ain't found who this blood belongs to. What do you guys think? Do you think it's one of the kids? I'm leaning more now to it might be one of these young people at this college. Now, I ain't going to point fingers at who, but there's some on the suspect list that's a little higher than others, okay? Just saying. Now, a lot of these people have been cleared, too. Jack, he's been cleared. The roommates, they've been cleared. To me, I think the police, I wouldn't go so quickly to be clearing people, or not looking at people because you believe their stories. Because sometimes people come up with good alibis, right? Really good ones. And still be lying. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen that in the Delphi case, right? Delphi, in the beginning, they interviewed this dude. They talked to the guy. Come to find out, 5 years later, he was the killer. He's in jail. So it ain't like they can't come back and restart watching you. Just because they clear you don't mean you ain't the person, okay? They cleared the dude in the Delphi. He was the killer, okay? They could be clearing some of these young people, and they still be the damn killer. What do you guys think about that? How's everybody doing in the chat room? Y'all waking up yet this morning? Phone lines awful quiet. Hit them up. While we're kicking in some more videos. Best alibi is sleeping. Killer's DNA not in the data bank, so the killer has no DNA on file. That's because the killer is either not a felon, or he's younger and he hasn't been in any trouble. That's probably why they don't have the killer's DNA in the database, okay? because he's not a convicted felon. That don't mean he's still not an older guy. If he is an older guy, he's just never been arrested of no serious felony charges. Okay? Or they would have his DNA. Or serve prison time. You still haven't slept? Well, you better get some sleep. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. Dolly.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing great. I still think the students and Dylan's boyfriend are law enforcement.
That's a lot of guesses right there. It's either the students, it's the boyfriend. That's a lot of guesses you had.
Well,
Thank you, Queen Nessie.
But on the Delphi case, me and you talked one time before, and you thought, what's his name? That killed him.
Oh,
what is his name?
Keegan Klein.
They did link them together.
How are they linked together?
They something to do on a computer that was on a website together.
Oh, see, I knew it'd be something like that.
Yeah.
All right, that is what's up.
Catch me outside. How about
Merry
that?
Christmas, Dolly.
All right, Merry Christmas to you.
Tell Lolo Merry Christmas.
All right, she's in there laying down, but I'll tell her. You have a good one.
Yeah.
Peace. All right, there you go. Let's see what else we got coming in on this morning. Anything out recently on the Idaho 4? Just the cop talking. There's some videos still surfacing of the party. Some people still talking about that party that went on where none of the people were at the house, which is kind of strange. You know, you have a party and you just leave. But see, here's the thing. Beth is the one that answered the door at that party video. That's what a lot of people believe anyway. Let me see if there's anything super recent. Cold case update. Okay, so a lot of people do believe that even this is from Evil Exists. They believe the killer washed up before they left. Now, see, I thought the same thing, that at some point... Hold on, let me take this call. Dolly.
Good morning, Dolly.
Good morning.
It's Flo on the Oregon coast.
Oh, Flo on the Oregon coast. What's good with you this morning, Flo?
Well, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
If you're a suspect like Jack and all those young kids, don't you think they already took their DNA right off the bat?
No. You would have to have warrants and everything to stab somebody with a needle.
I think so. Don't you think so? If they're cleared?
No, I don't think they're going to take DNA from them unless, you know, they're arrested or suspected of it. And then
Well,
a judge
if
would
you're
have
the
to
police-
order, it would have to come through a judge to take DNA from one
Right.
of those young people.
But we don't know that they did or didn't, right?
We don't, but I'm pretty sure they didn't.
Okay. But I'm just saying, if you were a suspect and you wanted to be cleared, what was the first thing you'd do? Offer your DNA.
Yeah.
And when they say Jack's not a suspect, maybe Jack's really not a suspect.
They have cleared Jack. They have, you know, they said that originally that, you know, he was cleared. The guys at the food truck were cleared. The guy that was walking with them is cleared. Everybody's cleared but the killer. The roommates are cleared, which is strange. They didn't hear nothing. The killer's car was parked in the front of the house. You know, if you go in the front, you come in the basement.
Right.
So that's strange. That's really strange to me.
Yeah, it's really strange to me too. But I just, you know, to me, I think that for a long, you know, just because the DNA, they've probably just had that for a little while. I'm thinking. and they don't want anybody to know that they have it because, like you said, money talks, and Nancy Grace knows, but why doesn't anybody else know? Why aren't they coming out and saying it?
Well, if Nancy Grace ain't going to say some stuff, she's going to get sued over. So if she's coming out and
Exactly.
saying
Oh, I
it,
agree. I agree with her. I think she's 100% right.
yeah, so she knows something. So if she knows
Yes.
something and the killer got cut, it seems
Yes.
like for sure if the killer if the killer is bleeding, there should be a blood trail out that house, right?
Well, you would think. You would think.
Or unless he wasn't bleeding when
If
he
it's
walked out the
really-
house.
If this was planned and it was meditated, somebody said there's no shoe prints. Well, I'm a nurse and I keep those shoe covers at my front door. So when someone comes in to do something in my house, they just pop one of those on so they don't bring their shoes in my house. And I know that sounds really weird, but people do it all the time.
I work in people's houses all the time when I was doing construction, and there was a lot of people that kept the little shoe things right by their door when you came in.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
and there is ways. I mean, I'm just saying, if
This
it was
is for more-
premeditated and somebody was really into this type of stuff,
Uh-huh.
but I'm just thinking with the people that are cleared, they've been cleared because of DNA. Because if you came to me and said, I think you did it, and I'd open my mouth and say, swab away.
Yeah.
Because if I give it up, you don't have to have a warrant.
Yeah, I mean, if it's voluntarily, yeah. If you ask the person, hey, will you give DNA, and they say yeah, then, you can take it. And if they say no, that make you want to take it even more. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as you tell me no,
So
I'll
they're
be
going
like,
to get a warrant, and they don't have to tell us. Just like in the Delphi thing, they come and say, how many thousands of warrants were out, and people didn't even know about them. So you just.
I can believe
I don't
you
know.
this, though. I bet you this. I guarantee you the FBI has put in warrants and tapping all these kids' phones.
Absolutely.
That's
why I really honestly think that it's somebody that's kind of there, but nobody even cares about. You know what I mean? It's just somebody kind of hidden in the shadows, probably really smart.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking whoever did this, if they're in the white Elantra, like the police are saying that was out in the front of this house, they would have had to come in this bottom floor. Unless they went up around the back and went in the back. Why would they park in the front if they're going to enter the back of the home? That just seems weird. And if he is bleeding and there's no blood trail coming out the house, like he stayed in there and cleaned up. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he could have. I don't know.
And that's crazy. How
And do
long?
we really know that there's, do we really know that there's what blood stuff is in the house? We don't really know.
Well, I'm
We
saying
haven't been told.
it has to be brutal, though, because you think 4 people
Oh.
being stabbed.
Oh, I know. I know that. But I'm saying they haven't really said. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, Doll.
Yeah,
It's-
and if
fucked up.
Nancy Grace is right, and there's a mixture of the two bloods, that means somebody else's blood is present other than the 4 people dead. That means the killer is bleeding. Somehow he either cut
Absolutely.
himself, or
Absolutely.
he, in the fight, somebody injured him. Okay,
Right.
or her. Whatever.
Knocked him and he got a bloody lip or something. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it must have been something good if they picked it up and know it's mixed with blood. So he must have cut his hand. So maybe this knife, maybe the knife is maybe he did cut himself in the struggle and fight with the knife.
Well, have you seen that picture where there's like the handprint on the glass?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it came off of there. If this is what I think. I think he went in the basement, and I think he checked the first doors, and he went directly upstairs.
Yeah, but
And
if he went in the
then I
basement,
think
he would have been able to get right to Beth and Dylan.
If not, if their doors were locked.
Yeah, but they don't have. I mean, when you go in there, I don't think there's another set of locked doors once you go
They
in.
do. They all have personal locks on
On the
their doors
doors.
with codes. Yeah,
Okay.
they all have personal locks on their doors with codes. And they did that so they, that was a landlord thing. So they all had their own personal space because it had been a college home forever. And you can change those codes.
Yeah.
So you could code into the back door and get upstairs, check those doors, get upstairs, and then I think he put that sliding. I think he put those stools to stop that sliding glass door. So one of them, they couldn't get out. That's my opinion.
Okay.
You know, because anytime you want to prop a sliding glass door, you know, I have one at sliding glass door, and I have a bar that comes down so it won't move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you can see that one has a bar, but whoever just jammed those stools in there.
Yeah.
And then it looks like, you know, that handprint. But then I think upstairs. So if the blood, you know, or vice versa, started at the top and came down, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, just wanted to let you think about the DNA stuff.
All right.
And thanks for talking.
All right, you have a
Merry
good one.
Christmas.
Happy holidays to you.
You too.
All right, peace.
Peace, darling.
All right, so like I was saying, there's people that believe even as evil as this video. Let me hit the volume for a second.
Xana, Ethan, Kaylee, and Madison got killed in a rental house on King Street, and there were still no suspects named. The weapon used was said to be a fixed blade knife. A powerful weapon, as explained by Kaylee's dad in a recent interview. I can only imagine what a horrific and messy scene it was inside the house. We are talking about killing 4 people with a knife here. One thing that's playing on my mind is whether this was a carefully planned out attack. The killer must have planned everything out carefully, making sure to leave no trail as he or she exited the house, early parts of the morning. Let's say the killer entered and exited using the second floor slider. I feel there would be some bloody prints or footprints.
Me
Unless
too.
the killer was so prepared that he either changed in the house, and maybe came with a backpack to put the bloody clothes in, after the killings. Another possibility is that the killer could have washed off in the house. However, taking into consideration there were 2 other roommates sleeping downstairs, this would have been risky. To stay longer in the house, and wash up before leaving.
How risky?
Something is not adding up. That's one of the big questions for me.
Okay, think about that. If you're able to go in the house and you're able to kill people in the house, all right? You're able to go in there and kill these kids in the house. I don't think you're going to be worried too much about washing up. Maybe he didn't know the killer didn't know these other kids were in the house. So maybe he thought he was alone in the house. Maybe he did walk into the bathroom, rinse off. We don't know if there's anything taken from these bathrooms yet, to be honest. What's up, 3 Dot?
What's going on, brother?
What's
Good
up?
morning.
What are you doing up this time of morning?
You drinking coffee?
No, I'm drinking Pepsi and smoking
Pepsi.
blunts. Yes.
All right. So, you know, the very first video that Crime Circus dude did was a detailed 15-minute breakdown of every floor. You know, he has all 3 floors. Like, it looks like a, what do you call it? What are those architects? You know, an architect drawings, you know, where it's real, shows the door swings and everything like that. So you got all 3 layers, first, second, third. And you know how, like, when the police came for that noise complaint, and you could see in the door for a minute, you know, and there was a mattress there and shit. And you know how they kind of had their body cam kind of go through the crack of the drapes or whatever, so you could see in that room on the right the golf clubs and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the mattress thing because the stairway. So when you go into the front door at that bottom level, immediately to your left, there's a staircase that goes up to the second floor, right? And that mattress that you see on the floor there, when you look at the floor plan, if there's a mattress there, that's like totally blocking the floor. So that's like kind of weird that it would be sitting there, you know, because there's 2 bedrooms, one on each side. But yeah, so he for like 15 minutes he like goes over each floor and shows like, you know how like when Zillow or whatever goes in there and the realtor takes pictures of every room and every detail.
Yeah, you can go to Zillow right now and walk through the house.
So well, in this 15 minutes, you know, he goes through every floor and shows what person is in each room, puts a picture of each person in each room, shows their rooms and where the blood coming down the side of the house was and where exactly that was from the interior. He does a real good job bouncing back and forth. He's really good at what he does.
Okay.
But hey, when it comes to people being cleared, people keep saying cleared. Isn't the term that has been used that they're not a subject at this time? I haven't seen the police put out statements saying that this person is legit cleared. I mean, the only way you clear somebody is like you go and you find that, you know, their alibi, where they were, how many, you know, they're at some party or something. 30 people say, yeah, he was here from said time to said time. You there? Yeah. So, I mean, have you actually seen the term, you know, because we refer to that tow truck, the truck, you know, the food truck guy as Jack, because that's what pretty much we believe. No one's ever confirmed that for us, but that's what, you know, a lot of people kind of assume that.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that, you know, the guy in the white hoodie or whatever, you know, he has, you know, where he's not a subject at this time or whatever. But have you seen that anybody's actually cleared? Have you seen, like, legit?
Yeah, the police have said it. Yeah, I read the police report. They cleared the roommates. It says cleared. The guys at the food truck cleared. Jack D cleared. All of them cleared. Most of the
I don't think they ever said Jack D out of their mouth.
Yeah, they did. They said the guy that the girls were calling is cleared, and they were calling Jack D.
Oh, Jack D. Yeah, no, I thought you were saying Jack S. So yeah, but you're saying that I could have sworn that the term was not. It was a funny way of saying it, that it wasn't exactly cleared. It was just kind of like, you know, we're not looking at him right now, you know. But all right, just wanted to pop in. Have a good day, babe.
All right.
Later.
All right, peace. Yeah, I mean, the police, they're pretty much clearing people. I mean, it seems strange and weird, but they definitely are. You know, well, they're saying that anyway. So I'm starting to lean more more towards one of these kids. All right, let me answer this. Dolly.
Dolly.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Tina.
Hey, Tina.
From Georgia.
Hey, Tina from Georgia.
I wanted to see if you received my PayPal.
Your PayPal? I can't check it right this second. What did you order?
I ordered, I believe it was the hoodie with a number 3 on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got your order.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure I did it right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to call in and tell everybody, all turtles, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, turtles. All right. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you.
You too, Dolly. Take care.
All right. Peace. Bye. Now, here's my whole thing. The girls that were downstairs, right? You know, in the rumors that one of them's boyfriend had stayed the night. You know, we don't know if that's true or not. The police only said that there were 6 people in the house. Internet rumors say 7, but, you know, we're going to go with what the police say. 6 people in the house. When you go into that door, I guess the killer would experience 2 locked doors. But how come when he went up to the top of the stairs, there wasn't another locked door? You see what I'm saying? Or did this killer know the code? Right? And they didn't hear nobody come in the front door? The roommates? That seems a little odd, a little strange to me. Dolly.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm here in Houston trying to break records with our freezing cold. How are you?
I'm doing good. I hear it's cold out there. Coming this way.
We don't know about this cold. We don't know about this cold. I've charged every device and pulled out every blanket I own because we don't stay ready for cold on the regular down here. So I just wanted to call and say Enon.
Okay.
The guy. I feel like I usually get like a big old gut feeling. I'm not getting a big gut feeling from this one.
Uh-huh.
But Enon has all my hackles.
Is Enon the neighbor dude?
Yeah, he's the one that said he posted that thing on his Facebook, like, mind your business. I don't know why people insert themselves in these things, especially since he's a self-proclaimed, he said he was a, introvert. He likes the quiet and he's introverted. I don't know why you moved to a college town, but okay.
To kill people.
Yeah. Okay. He's
Maybe,
allegedly Jinx. He's the one that posted on his Facebook from the jump. Oh, it was like super quiet over here. We didn't hear shit, and nothing happened. A month later, he hit up a news channel to have an interview where he said, and by the way, surprisingly, I don't think they're connected, but surprisingly, the Joseph Morris guy had just posted that apparently fake screen. Well, then right at the same time, Enon had hit up the media and had an interview saying, and then he went on the interviews after that. But he went on an interview saying, oh, just kidding. I think I totally did hear a scream, but because I thought it's a college town, it must have not meant nothing. But I'm thinking about it, and it was a scream. And
So
I
he's a
think
Jody
somebody
Sue
was
Brown.
screaming for help. See, I don't know that one. Jody Sue, I did not follow her, believe it or not. I did not.
Well, she
I did not
lies
know
about
that
everything.
One.
She started off
No,
telling
I
one
get
story.
it. Yeah, I get it. She's like what's her face, Casey Anthony and shit, pathological fucking, yeah. They want to call them narcissists and shit, but I don't think they get off that easy. Anyway, moving on. So then he did the interview with the news channels. Then he went on his run with all the other people, and then it's like, oh, but wait a minute, isn't Inon right there in the other hoodie in the food truck video? And so people are doing that, and I'm gonna put it out there. I don't, I know you don't go like deep diving into this stuff, right? But there was a picture in the very beginning where everybody was like, who's crazy fucker? And I'm going to do this real quick and then I'll let you go. Who's the crazy effort in the mask?
Okay.
Why somebody...
Have you heard about this yet? That the white Hyundai Elantra drove past the kids while the cop was interviewing them?
Yeah. I saw all that.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Guys, if you're watching the video in the background, they believe that is the white Hyundai Elantra driving past the police when they were out here with these three kids. Okay.
That's creeping
crazy.
by.
Yeah.
Creeping by. Yep. So in the beginning there was we're like, who's weirdo in the mask that posted on his Facebook like at the time of the crime, something like that, right? If anybody cares and they want to go watch, you take it back to, you can probably watch a grizzly on Enon. Like the grizzly lady, the grizzly true crime lady. So in one of her lives, she goes in, or a video, she goes sort of in on Enon. At first she was like, no way, no how, but then she sort of was like, okay, I'm going to do a video about him. And that's the easiest way for anybody to research it, right? So she does a the thing where she plays all the videos. So she played all of his interviews. So first post, weirdo dude in the mask, why? If you look up at his ceiling in that picture, and it'll be in that grizzly video, so you can find it all in one place. But if you look at the first guy, the creepy guy in the mask, and you look up and see the unusual wood paneling ceiling, it's not a common ceiling.
Is this the one she recently put out?
It's pretty. I mean, she puts out a lot, so it might have been a couple days ago. But Anon will be in the title, right? So. Original face mask guy, wood ceiling. If you look in all the other interviews of Enon,
hold on a second. Hold on. It says SF investigates has real proof of an alien UFO picking up Xana from the petrol gas station in Reno during rush hour traffic. It's kind of blurry, but it looks drawn with crayons, but it's real, brah. LOL. All right, what's up, church? Good to see you, man. Better get some sleep.
Oh, if Church is in the house, he needs to listen. So, again, I'm almost done. Real guy and the original guy in the face mask. Who's that weirdo in the mask? The ceiling has a wood paneling. Every other interview that Enon is in has the same ceiling. So, original weirdo face mask guy is, in my opinion,
is the Enon god?
Because his ceiling is you can see the trim might be different, but that's because around the house trim does and doesn't go on certain, But anyway, Enon, face mask, ceiling.
Would he need, if he did it, let's just say Enon is the guilty party, does he got a white Hyundai Elantra? And why would he need to drive away if he could just walk over there and do it?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't get any feeling from this white Elantra or whatever it's called. I don't feel, I mean, my feeling don't mean shit. Let's be clear. But I don't think the car means anything. That's just a rando opinion.
I mean, My understanding, there was a camera
and
across the street or something, and then after this car was identified by the police, the camera was removed from the front of the house.
I saw that breakdown. Mm-hmm. Hey,
So
look, the cops have more than they're telling us. That's a guarantee.
Thank you,
and
Lindsay.
Enon doesn't even have to be the killer so much as some weirdo connected, attached, knows how, involved. Like, so, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Check out. He's. I don't have a read on this case except for the car don't mean shit, and Enon is somehow involved, or just one of those Xana Mays that wants to jump in and act like they know something or whatever.
Okay,
Anyway.
if he canoed over there, he's definitely guilty.
Definitely.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And if he's with that dog, that Labradoodle
Or if he
thing
shows
they
up
have,
with a
then it's over.
laptop. Yeah, if he shows up with a laptop, we know it's definitely something strange
And let's
in the
be
neighborhood.
clear, can I say from a long time way back, we got that camera footage from Kaylee. I've been dying to say this. That camera footage from Kaylee driving off in the water, whatever that was, that came from SS Investigate. So I don't know why anybody thought from the jump that meant shit. It didn't mean shit.
I haven't seen Upchurch's videos yet. I know he's been talking about it for the past couple of days, but I haven't had a chance to see his videos yet to know what he said. And see,
Church, if you can hear me, Church, I need to tell you, I have a 14-year-old child that was so excited that you came back to run your mouth and let it be known. Okay, that's all.
Now, why he talked to Baby Gap and wasted part of his brain cells, I have no clue. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to Baby Gap. Who's Baby Gap? Blair?
Yeah.
Oh, because because he's awesome and he want to troll a fucking troll. Why not? Because he can. Keep your name out your fucking mouth. Entanglement. Oh, what? Sorry.
Entanglement. That one about killed me. All right, well, look.
I mean, it's no cost, no get off.
Happy holidays to you.
You too. Merry Christmas. Peace out.
Peace. Woo. That about got me. Yeah, I ain't had a chance to see it. I've seen bits and pieces of when Church was on the Glare or Baby Gap, a.k.a. Baby Gap. You know what I'm saying? I just seen little pieces and clips of it. I ain't got a chance to really sit down and check it out yet. Now, the whole Callie Rodney thing, it was suspicious. Definitely. And when they closed it and they said it was an accident, there was a lot of strange things that went on for that to be an accident. I still even haven't seen the full interview with damn Bro Tank Nick. Okay? I still haven't. Everything got so busy and I kind of moved on away from it a little bit. But I am going to go back and review all that stuff. I still think it was a little strange. With her being in the back seat, and I know people are going to say I'm crazy. You crazy. It's an accident, right? It just still seems strange to me. You know me, I'm team foul play. Everything seems crazy. Flo, thanks for chatting. Thanks for the donation, Flo. That's super awesome of you. So, when I started this whole thing in Idaho 4, my first thought was, hey, man, this got to be a serial killer. This is just like a horror movie. It got signs of like Ted Bundy, creepy person, college, slips in, kills everybody, slips out. Serial killer. Now, when they did come out and say they had took so much evidence from the house, things like that, and we got Nancy Grace saying there's mixtures of blood. When you get into these big networks and these rich ass people, they can't just say anything. They'll get sued, right? So when Nancy Grace is saying something, because over the years, this lady's made friends with a lot of people. And when you got friends like that, people tell you shit. They might not tell us, but they telling Nancy, right? And she's telling us, because, she likes to click some views herself. So she's telling it. So that means the killer was hurt. There's still no blood trail from the house, but the killer had to be bleeding inside the house to leave DNA, right? So whatever he did, he patched himself up in the house and left. Because there's no blood leaving the house. There's no blood coming out the back of the house. When they did this crime scene, they didn't have nothing as evidence markers out in the front of this house. It was all inside of the house. So how do you get out of that house unless, like Upchurch said, a UFO came and beamed the killer out? He had to have walked out. If he had that much blood on him and bleeding, he'd have left blood, a trail of blood all the way to the car. And if he was in the neighborhood, you could probably just follow the blood to his damn college campus. Now, I've heard so many rumors about why somebody would have killed him. You know, we heard the rumors about the alleged Sigma Chi guys that they walked in on a couple of them, you know, having a triangle or, you know, little man-on-man action going on. And that the Sigma Chi guys got mad and came and you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that really happened, okay? One, they were at a party with a bunch of people, and I just don't see that happening at a party, okay? Could they have had beef with somebody at that party? You get a bunch of people together drinking, quickly stuff can escalate into a fight. Stupid shit turns into fights. So, is it possible they said something, had a little altercation, and it's something from the college? Or is it more likely that when they went to that bar, there was just a creepy ass person at the bar? And they're pretty girls, they're pretty young ladies, both of them. And some dude might have been creeping, seen them. You know, they appeared to be a little intoxicated. So he followed them. Maybe it wasn't somebody that stalked them very long. Maybe it was just a crime of opportunity. What do y'all think about that? Someone had knowledge of how to cover their tracks. Well, you know, it's hard to believe that you would think somebody could be in there and that they could be cleaning up inside the house. Right? People are like, well, I don't think they did it like that because, you know, there's roommates there. Well, the roommates didn't hear the murders. Okay? You think you're going to scream. You ain't going to hear screams, but you're going to hear the sink running. Right? You ain't hearing people scream in the other room. You damn sure ain't hearing the sink running. Okay? I don't trust the roommates. I don't trust... I don't know how it's connected, but something's going to come out where these roommates, if this is young people and it's starting to look more and more like it's young people, to me, I got to say that the roommate's a super suspect. Allegedly, I ain't pointing no fingers. I'm just saying they didn't hear nothing. Okay, if that glass door was locked in the back, that means he had to come through the front door. Okay, there's people saying that the front door was open at 8 in the morning. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly. This is Mama P.I.
Hey.
If the police have a DNA from another person, all they have to do is send it to the Parabon Labs in Virginia, and they can do a test called Snapshot, which will give them like a determination of what the eye color, hair color, ethnic race of the killer would be. They used it in the Michelle Martenko trial in Iowa.
Okay, but they're not saying that he have DNA yet. That's just what Nancy Grace is saying. She has rumored that there's a mixture of DNA, and that the DNA is not on file.
Saying if they do, then all they have to do is send that to Virginia, and they can get that. That's how they caught the killer of almost 30 years. 30-year-old cold case, that Michelle Martenko.
So it'll tell you the eye color, the hair color. I wonder if it'll tell you the age.
They give like different. If you look up Michelle Martenko in Iowa, it should bring up, because they gave like a young look. They did 3 different composites. One when he was young, middle-aged, and then older.
Okay, and was it pretty accurate?
Yes, very.
Yeah, and I mean, if their family's giving up DNA, like on Ancestry.com or anything like that, the police could tap into those resources too.
Right.
Them DNA pools.
Right. That's how this killer got caught too. Is one of his distant cousins or something had done a DNA.
Oh, yeah, they get
through
you every
like
time.
one of the Ancestry sites.
And that's how they track him down, is through the cousin?
Right, and then when they looked back at those photos matched up perfect with him when he was younger all the way up to older age.
Damn. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to do something, because this person here If they don't, they're going to kill again. Even if it's a young person, if they're capable of doing this, what if they get mad at somebody else? They're going to do it again.
Exactly. So I've been watching this, and I thought, why can't, if they're saying possible DNA, mixed in, then this is pretty much a slam dunk, I would think. At least get a composite of who they would be looking for to give the public an idea of who to look out for. What this person might
a
look
man.
like.
They even told us it's a man or a woman. Are we looking for a white person? Are we looking for a black person?
Hispanic, right.
Yeah, nothing. They didn't even give us the real car. They gave us just a stock image of a 2011 Hyundai Elantra. That's like, damn, we ain't even got the real car. But I thought they had the car on video. But if they had the car on video, it seems like they would have a real picture of the car.
Right.
So
yeah, there's something weird. But yeah, if they've got actual DNA mixed in with the victims, then yeah, they should be able to pull this person up.
Yeah, I'm thinking too, if they got DNA, they're eventually going to get the person. It might take a little bit, but they'll get them.
Yeah, but until then, they can at least get somewhat of an idea of what this person looks like.
Yeah. I didn't know they could do all that with just, DNA and not knowing who it belonged to.
Yeah, I didn't either. But yeah, look up the Michelle Martinko trial in Iowa. And, yep, they sure did. It's only, as far as I know, it's only been used twice, and it's solved both murders.
Wow. That's good statistics, Dan. All right, look, I appreciate you calling. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
All right, peace. All right, guys, and you see from this video that car that was driving by that night, once they superimposed the Hyundai Elantra over it, it appears that car is a damn Hyundai Elantra. Dolly.
Hey, it's Sunflower again.
Hey, Sunflower.
Real quick, Grizzly posted, now it's my turn to cough. Sorry.
Oh, Lord, you smoking a blunt?
Grizzly posted 7 days ago. Idaho, Idaho 4, what's his story? And Inan is on the front page.
Okay, so you want me to play that?
Again, my point is that he's connected to the original guy that apparently posted that night, an unknown person that night in a mask for no creepy reason, but creepy reason at all.
I thought the guy that posted his picture in the mask was one of the guys from the college frat.
That's another theory.
Okay.
Those frat boys wear those masks. Again, Inan is either guilty or he's lurked these people so much he just wants to be a part of them in some non-connected to the murder way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's
seeking attention.
Okay, in a really bizarre way. He's pretty bizarre. If you watch, you don't even have to watch her whole live. It's a live, by the way. You don't have to watch her whole live. You can just fast forward as far as all the videos of him doing his interviews. He's just really whack. So,
okay,
given I don't have a read, he's my one guy. So anyway,
and you said that's on Grizzly.
Yeah, on Grizzly, 7 days ago, it's alive, and his face is on the thing, and she talks about a lot of other issues, so you can just fast forward. Oh, she does those fancy time stamp things, so you can probably figure it out real fast with her.
Okay.
Anyway,
right.
He's sus.
All right, peace.
Bye.
He's sus. Dolly. Yeah, what up, Ricky Beaver?
Good morning. We got snow in Bowling Green, buddy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Woo-hoo. That's what I want. I wanted snow for Christmas, so I guess we're going to have it. I want to say hello to Upchurch out there.
Hello to the church.
Out there. Yeah, and church. I'm totally blind. Check out Ricky Beaver's The Veteran on YouTube so just think about it.
There you
I've
go.
been trying to get in touch, figure out a way to get in touch with you, and I don't know how to do it. And I'm going to send you a song through Dolly, so I want you to watch for that. Right, Dolly?
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know if he's still in the room, but maybe he heard you, maybe he didn't. But yeah, Ricky Beavers is a good singer, blind guy, does country music. I like you, Ricky. I think you're worth checking out.
All right. Hey, Dolly, let's talk about this Idaho deal. They mentioned about, what was that, the Marines or somebody was in town?
Yeah. They had a bunch of different events going on that weekend in town.
Okay. Don't leave that possibility out.
Yeah, but don't you think, though,
PP
if he was
PTSD.
military, wouldn't they have his DNA if he was military?
Well,
Don't they take your
I
DNA in the
can't-
military just in case something happens to you in war?
I don't know. I don't know that one. But it's something to think about, okay? Because I was listening to a man. I listened to that 911 on my phone too. You know where they got different calls on 911.
Uh-huh.
And this guy was in the military, and he went off and he killed his wife. So
Okay.
he had a flashback or something, and he went off and killed his wife.
Yeah,
He didn't realize he did it, because he went off like that.
Yeah, I just watched a story on I'm a Killer about a guy that had PTSD, and he walked up and shot his wife 4 times in the head and kicked her in the face.
Wow. On you talking about Netflix.
But I
on
think
Netflix,
I think he was faking the PTSD. You know what I'm saying? He was a war vet, but I think he was just crazy. Like he wanted to kill his wife, and he used the PTSD. And I think he only's doing like 17 years or something like that. But he went up in the hotel and shot her. Oh, this is the crazy thing. He shot her, then walked outside. She ran outside. He shot her 4 more times, kicked her in the face, walked inside, shot himself in the head, in the face, blew out his front teeth, and lived.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And he's sitting in prison.
Wow.
It's on Netflix. I watched that on Netflix. I Am a Killer.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, there's another thing on Netflix I've listened to, and it went over 10 years, where this guy was calling to these restaurants and everything, and said that he was a cop, and he said that somebody stole a purse from his employees, and they got him in there in the office, Dolly, and he made them said and still coming down. He had the manager do it, and made him take off one piece of clothing at a time. They did this 18-year-old girl like that. And so she kept taking off her clothes, and for she knew it, she was buck naked.
Oh,
and then,
Lord.
they was real busy, and then she called in her fiance came in. Now this is true because I've heard it on Netflix, and said he was talking to him, he told him what to do, and before it was all said and done, the girl wound up giving that guy oral sex. And I mean,
I'm
I know
lost
that
on that
sounds
story,
crazy,
Ricky.
but it was on Netflix, Dolly. It was a guy that he called all kinds of McDonald's, Taco Bells, and Wendy's.
Uh-huh.
And
What, he asked for a Mac blowjob?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm serious. I'm not kidding.
I didn't know they had that on the menu, Ricky.
Well, okay, but I got that backwards. I'm sorry. Because I was tripping out when I heard this. I couldn't believe it.
Uh-huh.
It happened in Kentucky in different places, and they they had them calling cards back then. They couldn't pinpoint them down, and they said the call was coming from down in Florida and Panama City.
Uh-huh.
It was wild, man. I'm telling you, I was tripping out when I was hearing all this. But it went on for 10 years. This guy was doing this.
To McDonald's
And
workers?
He was doing it to McDonald's workers. He was calling in, saying he was a detective, and said somebody stole $50 a year or a purse, somebody's purse, and he I don't know how he just did it. And then they did wind up getting to Walmart somewhere where they found a picture of him. They thought he was a cop. And then they said he was a corrections officer. And I never did finish listening to that because I'll be honest, it just kind of blew my mind.
Did you watch this thing about the dude, Ricky? Here's another one for you on Netflix. That was saving up Mountain Dew points or something to get a damn jet.
Right.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was like if you had 7 million Mountain Dew points or whatever, you could get a jet. And it was like a $40 million jet or something. But the dude ended up getting the 7 million points, and he wanted his jet, and he ended up suing, was it Pepsi or somebody? He ended up suing one of the soda companies over it.
Wow.
Over his jet he wanted. That's a good story.
Wow. But Dolly, I don't think the murderer, the people that did this to killing and know back to that, I don't think he would, come on, man. He ain't going to take and take a book bag and change all these clothes and put all them bloody clothes in there, man. He want to get in and get out. I don't think.
I don't know if it's a young person. If it's a young person, young people like carry clothes around in book bags. I carry clothes around in book bags all the time. If I'm usually carrying a book bag, it's usually got clothes in it, or I wouldn't be carrying it.
And the lady made a good point about having them things at the door. You put on your shoes, whatever. And I thought about that. I thought about that too. That would keep them from getting the shoe prints and stuff if a person wore those kind of.
Okay, what about this, Ricky? What if a surgeon walked up in there with a surgical gown and some booties on? I don't know. It's weird to me. It almost does seem like somebody cleaned up in there.
Well, somebody knew what they knew what in the hell they was doing, didn't they? I think they thought it out, no doubt, didn't they?
They definitely had to have planned it. But the whole thing about this is there was police, there was people all around, and this killer was still brave enough to go up in that busy ass area and stab 4 people to death with the cops literally right outside.
I just don't understand.
I've heard people say they believe it's a cop.
Oh my God!
I've heard that.
Hey, I don't think that's nothing, man. Hey, but you know the thing about it is, where's all the cameras at, man? There's got to be cameras all around there.
Or somebody was former
glory.
Security or something like that, former military.
See, that's what I'm talking about, military. It just crosses my mind on military because you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes me think in that direction.
Because you look at the killings, Ricky. Well, I mean, you can't. But when you look at the killings,
I might, you never know.
I'm just picking on you, Ricky. I'm just picking.
I know you are. You're good.
So when you look at the killings, though, it don't look like a young person that's going to kill for the first time would go do something quite that brutal. I mean, people do commit brutal ass crimes their first killing, but it seems like so much of an overkill if you had a target or anything like that. So whoever this is, it made me think this is definitely a killer, somebody that has killed before, because if you was never killed before and you kill somebody, you'd probably freak out and get the hell up out of Dodge. You wouldn't go room to room killing people. That seems like that's an experienced killer.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
To me,
you'd get it done and get the hell out.
Yeah, for sure.
What I'm saying? All right, here's another question. Is there a bridge, river near close there? I mean, like a bridge or something?
I don't know. I haven't been there that somebody's done thrown the murder weapon in the water.
Yeah, what I was thinking, they might throw it, if they change clothes or whatever, it could throw the whole book bag. If they're going over the bridge, just throw it over the bridge into the water.
Yeah, that's why I said somebody needs to be down there magnet fishing the lakes right around there to see if they can pull up a murder weapon.
Yeah, don't that make sense to you?
Hell yeah, it makes sense. We learned you can find a lot of things with a magnet. Look at AWP. They found Kaylee riding his car with a magnet.
Yeah, whatever happened to Jared?
I don't know. He got court. He got court coming up.
I thought he had court.
They did, but one of the damn internet sleuths were on the live stream talking, and the judge heard it, and then now they're not going to broadcast it, and they gave him another court date.
Wow.
Yeah, there's literally YouTube channels on the court live feed. From what I hear.
I got another question.
One of these, not so good channels too, was up there.
I don't want to sound off the wall, Jordan. I'm not saying what anybody did was right, but why is people waiting 20, 30 years to bring this situation up? What happened to them in the past? I'm kind of confused about that.
Well, I mean, I have he should have wrote that check. You know what I'm saying? He should have paid that hush money.
No, really. Does that make sense, though?
He shouldn't have did that shit. There's no excuse for it.
I agree to that, Dolly. I agree. But why wouldn't it brought to the attention back then, still awaiting this far later in the game, just like the same thing with Don Wells? I'm not saying it's okay to do that because I'm against all that. But why are they waiting so long to do that? It just
because some people
don't add up.
It shames some people. I've spoke with women. They say it hurts to talk. They don't want to relive it. Like some people,
I understand.
they don't they don't even call the police ever. They just take it and they live with that abuse. You know what I'm saying? And they never tell a soul. It takes a brave person to finally come out and say you were abused. You know. So if
Right,
it takes
I
them 2
understand that.
years or 20 years, you know, at some point they get work that courage up to tell their truth of what really happened to them. As long as they can back it up and ain't lying, you know,
Right.
then it is
Well,
what
I
it
still
is.
say Summer Wells. I will still say today that Summer Wells is alive somewhere. I will still say
I
that.
totally don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
No,
Well,
I wish I could say
we
I
can
did.
we can disagree. That's okay.
You know, I wish
think so.
I did, but in my heart, I just know that little girl's gone, and yeah, that just is a nightmare, man. That's just a nightmare. That I fell right into that Summer Wells rabbit hole, so that one really like I had to step away from it for a while. It bothered me so bad.
I understand. It does me too, Dolly. Even if they harm a child, it just
You
know,
know,
just like Leilani beating that kid with something. I heard that.
and you know who is just
I
as
never
cold
did
as
there was.
Leilani is Candace Wells.
Yes, I agree with that, buddy.
All right, Ricky. Well, you have a good one. Happy
Hey,
holidays
Dolly,
to you.
you take care, and hey, everybody, have yourself a merry little Christmas. That's all I want to tell everybody, and love everybody. God bless you. Remember, God loves you, and Ricky Beavers loves you.
All right,
And
peace.
remember, everybody, be sure to like Dolly. Go out and like, and thank you, Dolly.
All right, my man. Peace.
Peace out.
All right, y'all make sure y'all go check out Ricky Beaver's music. He is a talented musician, blind man, plays guitar, sings really good. Check him out, guys. All right, we got Mel. Hello, Mel.
Hi, Dolly. How you doing? Good afternoon.
I am doing pretty good. Are you in Spain yet?
No, tonight. I just gave my lovely little doggy to my friend, and it's killing me that I have to leave, drop her off. And we're leaving early hours of tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun. Be safe on your travels.
Well, hopefully, but it's nice in Spain at the moment. When I arrive tomorrow, it's going to be 20 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's nice and warm.
Okay. Well, good. Well,
I'm really looking forward to it. But I wanted to address something that Ricky said. I mean, Ricky does make me laugh. What was he saying about blowjobs?
he said something about somebody calling Mickey D's and talking one of the workers into performing oral sex on them. You know what I'm saying? Or something of that nature, I believe.
He did make me laugh. I was chuckling in the car. But actually, there was something that I wanted to address that I heard him say. And he asked a question. He said, how come it took the victim 20, 30 years to come out of what he said? And I wanted to address that just so maybe he could understand. I had a similar experience when I was in my teens. And I just suppressed everything.
Uh-huh.
And it just, you know, I ignored it, brushed it under the carpet, thought, nothing, you know, I'm good. And after about 20 years, it was about 20 years after, I was having a bit of a bad time, and it all started resurfacing.
Uh-huh.
And it did take me several years to finally process what happened to me 20 years prior, to accept and to understand and to move on. So these things, when they happen, I mean, she was a lot younger. So when they happen at a young age, they are suppressed a lot of the time because of family, to be fair.
Yeah, a young mind don't think the same as an adult mind, for sure.
No, and after time, you know, you just kind of think, you get on with your life and, you know, you do it day to day and life takes over as you're becoming an adult and become an adult. And it's really weird. When you're vulnerable, suddenly these feelings that come from what happened to you 20, 30 years prior, they just resurface. And I can't explain why they resurface, but they do.
Yeah.
But just so Ricky understands that she was 9 at the time. Her family did the damn hardest to brush it under the carpet like it never happened from the sounds of it. And so it would have taken her decades to finally process what happened to her, because I had a similar experience. And I can't tell why that happened, but it just did.
Yeah.
So I just want, you know, because some people don't understand. People have said, oh, why after 20, 30 years? No, it does happen like that. You suppress all those
Yeah, I mean,
feelings.
it's the same thing with young men that are molested as a child. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They got to live with that their whole life, and even more shameful because your manhood has been taken. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you see a lot of them people that happened to, they end up unlifing themselves, and them scars carry forever. So it ain't like that nightmare never goes away for that person. I understand that.
No, I think obviously the younger they are, the bigger the nightmare. Because, like I said, I was a late teen. I had a similar experience with a family member, and it was like, oh, brush it under the carpet, but nothing really happened. And you kind of do. You just kind of go along with what you're told.
Yeah.
And like I said, you just push it down. But that comes up. It comes back up later on in life. So I just wanted to address Ricky and maybe some of those. I think, unless it's happened to you, it's very hard to understand. So, and another thing I wanted to say, Dolly, is the knife. You were talking about maybe the knife might be covered in a body of water. Well, I was watching a criminal profiler who was absolutely fascinating, and they were saying that this guy, he's taking his knife because his knife is going to be his pride and joy now. It's like, some murderers take items from the victims like as a trophy.
Yes.
Well, this criminal profiler was saying that this killer will have his knife as his trophy, so he'll still have it on him.
I'd be damned if I'd be walking around with the murder weapon, Or
no, I wouldn't.
Not a smart
criminal.
I wouldn't.
No, well, you were saying about another thing. You were saying that, serial killer. This criminal profiler was saying that this may have been his first killings, but he could very well potentially become a serial killer because eventually that want for that kill, that thrill, will wear down. Now, it could be a year, 5 years, 10 years down the line, because if you have a look at, what was his name, Jeffrey... Oh, what was his name? There's just done a documentary on Netflix about him.
Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, he killed his first victim and then waited quite a long time to start killing again, didn't he?
Yeah, till he got away from his parents.
Yeah. So, you were saying about a serial killer. This could potentially become a serial killer unless he's caught.
Yeah, but this is really weird, though, if Nancy Grace is right and there's DNA, but it's not coming back, it makes me think it's a young person because most serial killers, they usually done something in their past, like, weirdo stuff like Peeping Tom or trespassing or something. And,
Yeah. This profiler said that he would have done all of those things and potentially have hurt animals initially. So he's practicing. Until it comes to this big kill, this spree that he's done. So, so I think it's a young person too. If his DNA is not in the system, he's obviously not committed a crime which has been caught for yet. But, hopefully science can solve this mystery. I'm hoping science can sort it out.
If they got some DNA, it'll eventually be solved. If it's not solved soon, it might be 10 years from now, but as soon as they get DNA from this person, they'll end up in jail.
Oh, well, let's hope so, because we don't potentially want him to do it again in however long time, when he's got that thirst again for that thrill. So yeah, and I just wanted to say those things. I was just listening to Ricky. He made me laugh, and then I wanted to clarify that other thing. So I just wanted to say, hello, everybody. Hello to your viewers. And next time I speak to you, I might be in España.
Spain. Okay, well, have fun. Safe travels. Happy holidays
Thank
to you,
you,
Mel.
my darling. And see you, Dolly.
All right, peace.
Bye. Bye.
All right, there you go. She sounded a little bit robotic, but she is calling from the UK. And I guess she's on her way to Spain tonight. Must be nice. I'd like to spend my Christmas in Spain, somewhere cool. Damn, Cabo or something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm stuck here in good old VA. Hopefully no killers are coming and stab me. The good thing about being an insomniac is I would have been awake when the killer came in. So you would have been hard killing me because I'd have been awake. You had to kill me at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I go to sleep. Okay? It's hard to murder a insomniac. Right? We don't sleep. We hear everything. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly.
Hey.
My name is Michelle. I had listened to a profiler yesterday, and what he said about the murders, he said that most domestic murders, there are three categories. The acquaintances is 49% acquaintances that kill. The second is strangers, and the third is an ex. And what he said, this is a white male between 18 and 35. He said he would look for exes, jilted lovers, or perceived or rejected lovers, or somebody that's into incel. You know what that is, right?
Into what?
Incel, where they're celibate. They want to be celibate.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, so anyway, what he said is they congregate on 4chan, and a lot of them watch, participate in violent videos, and what they're saying, they breed. These madmen down.
When I watch things about 4chan, all I see is weirdos.
I know, me too.
Even the people that create it and all this, it's just one weirdo after another weirdo of lying crazy people.
What he's saying, I have a little bit more. And he said that this person felt isolated or ostracized by other individuals. And he said that Ethan was a casualty because he was going after the girls. And what he said, that the killer may have wanted, like beautiful girls or a friendship and love that he was denied or never had.
Oh, it's involuntary celibate.
Involuntary, that's right.
So they want women, but they can't get them.
That's correct.
Okay, I follow you.
And they said this guy is a loner. How he perceives it, this guy is a loner. And what's weird is he said, I need to get the actual website, but he said that this guy, the internet went out at 12 o'clock at night, or 12 o'clock midnight. It didn't come back up until 6 in the morning for the school.
But it was off campus anyway, right off campus.
Right.
So what would the cameras at the school, it wouldn't have really mattered.
Well, if it was somebody at the college, if the murderer was a student, they would see him walking.
Oh, okay. I got you.
At that time, they could look at the cameras, but they couldn't look at him because the cameras weren't on.
Maybe that person knew the cameras wasn't on. This is the time to strike.
Maybe that person is in technology. Yeah, I know. Anyway, I just wanted
That's
to
a
put
little
my
bit of
2
a
cents
stretch,
in there.
though.
Yeah, I know. But who knows? I hope they catch this guy. He's crazy.
They're going to catch him. It's just going to take some time. I know they'll catch all these serial killers. They end up catching. It just takes a little bit of time.
You may want to watch this channel, and it's called. Let me see what it's called exactly. Is Surviving the Survivor, and it was yesterday's video, and it was with 2 profilers that were on yesterday.
Okay. I will for sure have to check that out.
Yeah, I would.
And so they're believing the scorned lover. I mean, a lot of people believe that. So we're looking for more.
Well, they're believing there's 49% are acquaintances, domestic murders. And the second, he said stranger, and the third is an ex.
Yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. It's very rare. Like I tell people that strangers kill you. Usually that's in cases of robbery and things like that. A stranger usually kills you.
Do you remember that guy that was giving all the interviews? I can't think of his name now. And he said he had nothing to do with it, that he used to walk his dog on that trail back there.
The dude across the street, the weird one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been popping up a lot on
Yeah, and then there's this other guy. Is it Ian or Ethan or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Another thing this profiler said, he didn't mention him by name, but I think that's who he was referring to. He said the police need to look at that video and see him there, and then what he's been posting.
Yeah,
online.
I mean, just because you're a weirdo don't mean you did it, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weirdos out there. Just
You're telling me.
Just the way it is, so.
It is the way it is. Okay, I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. I know you have other callers.
All right, you have a good one.
You too, bye-bye.
All right, peace. So yeah, I mean, the dude is saying some weird, strange things, like, but that don't mean he's responsible for it. So he just might be saying the weirdest stuff. Now, a lot of people believe that something at that corner bar, all right, because we had Adam that worked at the corner bar. Something was told to that guy. Now, that's what the family believes. The family believes the Adam that they're speaking about is no more than the bartender at the corner bar. So, I don't know. The girls looked like they had a good time when they were at the food truck. They pretty much looked like they didn't seem too worried. They did have a couple words with somebody, but it didn't seem like it escalated into a full-blown argument or anything. It just seems like they said some shit to somebody, and then they just kind of strolled off and went about their day. Now, the person in the hoodie at the food truck, which we see in the jacket, the police said he was cleared. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Let me mute you for a minute. We're as cold here in Oklahoma as you are there, I think. But my daughter Rebecca and I are both here. She has a comment and I have a question. When I first started watching this morning on chat, one of the other chat members wondered what if whomever the killer is got in or was in, took their clothes off, put them all someplace dry, did their horrifying deeds, put their clothes back on, left. So there's been no bloody going out.
Well, I watched a Clint Eastwood movie like that. I think it's 10 to Midnight or one of the movies that Clint Eastwood did way back in the day. But there was a killer, and he used to do that when he would go into the house. He would strip down naked. Do his killings naked and then put his clothes back on.
Okay.
I did see that in the movie a long time ago. I remember it's a Clint Eastwood movie. I just can't remember what the name of it is.
I thought the gal that put that out there, I thought, that I hadn't really thought about that, but that's just possible. So, but I'm gonna hand my daughter.
and he did he did this too. The killer in that movie, I remember, he had went to a movie theater, and what he did is he got his movie ticket so he would have an alibi, and then he slipped out the movie theater, and then he went and killed these people, but he got naked before he did it. So he wouldn't have blood or nothing on. Then he put his clothes back on and went back to the movie theater.
Wow.
So he had that movie stub that said he was, at the movie, so he had an alibi.
Right.
And that was an older movie. They didn't have a million cameras back in the Clint Eastwood movie days. So
yeah.
So he was good. But that's how the killer was, getting his alibis. He was slipping out this window in a movie theater, and he was going off and killing.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that adds another horrifying thought to this whole thing, but could be. And, I watched a podcast last night that had 3 former homicide detectives, a forensic and a former medical examiner. And one of the things they all sort of came to, they weren't real critical. I mean, they tried to be nice about it, but they pretty much said there's so many things that were mishandled forensically in this that's one of the reasons they're pulling at strings now, because they weren't expecting what was there, but there's been too many people in and out without the proper coverings, and all of them couldn't believe that they went in and took all those personal things and even some furniture out
of the house
before when the police went in and they said they were getting all the personal for the family, and all 4 of these people were like, they couldn't even believe they did that. They said, what in the world? That's like they removed evidence. They don't know what could have been something that would, there could have been a notebook laying there talking about something or all kinds of stuff. But now it's all been returned. It's no longer there, which I thought, that didn't make a lot of sense. But my daughter, and she's a Turtle Gang member, has a comment to make. Well, you are.
Hey, good morning, Dolly.
Hey, good morning.
Okay, we'll try to be quick. So here's my thing. Kind of like with Kylie Rodney, if it turns out this is a case of a peer that did this, whether ex or whatever, somebody their age group there,
Uh-huh.
I feel like certainly other college kids know or highly suspect something.
Yeah.
Maybe they haven't passed it on. I don't know. I get a sense or something that people do know. Those kids know stuff, just like with Kylie Rodney. Because if you expect me to believe that video, the fire cam thing, I have to accept that. And that's her car going into the lake, and she ended up in the trunk. Okay. Well, that also means there were other kids. We see their vehicles when her car goes in, and nobody said anything. Nobody helped, and they lied and covered it up.
Yeah.
That scares me for our future if that's the kids we got coming up. Anyway, same thing with this case. If it is a peer, certainly other college kids know, or there's an inkling, and I hope that's not what's happening is another, you know.
I like to hear the rumors on the streets right there in Idaho, because that's where the best
Mhm.
rumors, you know, the internet's good, but I guarantee you there's some really good rumors circulating around that college.
100%. I said to my mama, if you were there, and I don't blame you for not being there,
Just cold.
that they would be talking to Dolly. They'd be telling you stuff.
I know, because
So, yeah,
that's
it's
where I
cold
learned
for
so
that.
much in Georgia, is because I was there. It's hard to get that information sitting here in this chair. I know that. But there's some good sleuths there and heading out there and people going there, so maybe they'll find something out.
We hope so.
Well, that was it. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Dolly.
All right, guys. Peace.
Peace.
So, yeah, it's getting out there, seeing what these kids are talking about, these young adults. I keep calling them kids, but they're young adults, 20, 22 years old in college. And when I start to think about these kids that made it into college, they done did good through high school, grades good enough to get them into a good university, and then just them throwing their lives away, right? I think if a young person have done this, they can't keep secrets. They're going to tell somebody, and it's going to come out. That's what made me think right off in the very beginning that it was a serial killer. Miss Frankie Carey, Turtle Gang member, says, Merry Christmas, Jimmy and Lolo. Merry Christmas to you too, Miss Frankie. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope you all are having a great day and all that good stuff. So, still nothing. I mean, we can keep praying that something breaks, that somebody talks, somebody says something, or this car magically turns up. Okay, now if the car magically turns up, we're good to go. Okay, now the dad, he's been speaking out and he ain't too happy with the police. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I love it when you're on in the morning, and I don't miss your late night lives.
Yeah.
Okay, so I called in a few days ago I had just found out about the death of, I don't remember if I said her name or not, but there was a girl that used to roommate with Maddie back in the
that had unlifed herself. Real quick, Eagles chick fan, Merry Christmas to the Turtle King and Lolo. Wishing everyone in the Turtle Gang a happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, Eagle chick. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Okay, go ahead, Colin.
Well, it did originally say that she unalived herself. Then it said that she accidentally took too many sleeping pills, which I don't know. I kind of think that is, I don't know how you accidentally can take too many sleeping pills, but I don't know because they didn't say.
Yeah, I heard the father even
spoke
spoke out on it. And, don't want people talking about his daughter, saying his daughter don't really have nothing to do with this.
Yeah. And that's what I heard. I thought, I don't know which family it was. I don't know if it was the girl's family. She's obviously, the girl's not here with us anymore, so it would have nothing to do with her. However, I have seen a bunch of messages from students that knew her, that know Maddie, know Kaylee, know all of them, and I am not trying to down these girls or any of them. They were murdered horribly, and they did not deserve that. It's sick, it's wrong, it's horrible, and they need to be caught, whoever did it. But there's people on there. There was one girl that said she was saving her spit to put on Maddie's grave when she was buried proper.
Wow.
So there are enemies out there.
Yeah, I think people are
That's what I was
misinformed,
wondering.
thinking that these girls did something bad to that girl, but they didn't.
No, I don't think Maddie did anything to her or anything like that. Are you
Yeah.
talking about Maddie doing something? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Maddie did anything to her, but I think there was a lot of people that felt like Maddie picked on the girl to the point where she might have unalived herself. And there's a lot of people that I've seen on Twitter that have left a lot of messages. I may have sent you some. I'm not sure if I sent you those or not. I think I sent you a link, and then if you go down, there was another link you could hit, and it would show a Twitter message from a girl, and that was the one with the spit.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like there was a lot of people that had resentment towards the girls in the frats and people in the frats picking on other people that are not in frats and things like that, like you're not one of us and things like that. And I'm wondering if they did have enemies at the school. And I know that the November 13th, that date is very relevant to the other deaths that were on the 13th.
Yeah.
But the girl that passed away, that was Maddie's roommate, her birthday was November 15th. And I just kind of thought it might be nothing, but I don't know. I'm so torn between whether it could possibly be a student that had some kind of resentment, grudge, or anger towards them, some kind of beef with them or something, or a serial killer. Like, I'm so torn. Like, I don't know, because there's so many weird things.
I'm caught right there, too. I want to thank Miss Frankie for the super sticker. And Joan, it says, Merry Christmas, Jim Atkins. Thank you, Joan, and thank you, Miss Frankie. You guys are awesome. And thank you, caller. And I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays.
Yes, you too.
All right, you have a good one.
You too. Stay safe.
Peace.
Peace.
Mel, you calling back? Or is this somebody else from the UK?
This is somebody else from the UK.
Okay, the UK's in the house tonight.
Yes, we are in the house tonight. How are you doing?
I am doing pretty good. Well, today it ain't nighttime. It's damn 8:30 in the morning here.
No, well, it's 1:30 in the afternoon here.
Oh, okay. So how's everything going with you?
Oh, yeah, fine. It's a bit dull and miserable out here, but it's okay.
All right. So what do you think about this Idaho 4 situation? Killer? Serial killer? Or is it one of these young people connected to the college?
I'm worried about the neighbor. You know the neighbor that, I don't know, he's got a strange name.
Enon?
Yes, that's the one. He's worrying me. I think there's something odd about that man.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, killers tend to return to the scene of the crime. They tend to insert themselves into the crimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this guy's kind of doing these things, and it does seem really suspicious because you're really close to these people.
Yeah. Over here in England, there were 2 little girls that were murdered, and I cannot remember the name, but while they're investigating, this man kept turning up when they were doing a search for these children. And he involved himself, and he was talking on the television and saying, you know, that he was a caretaker at their school.
Uh-huh.
It turned out that he was the killer.
Yeah.
So he was there being interviewed and everything, but, you know, and this man, this Ian, I think he's a bit iffy.
Yeah, I do too. It's a little strange. And I'll tell you an example of that happened to me. When I used to own this paint company, and I was working at this apartment complex painting, and there's this little girl that ended up coming up missing, right? Well, she ended up getting murdered, but at the time she was missing. And this guy walks up to me, and he hands me a flyer, and he says he's her dad, okay? And he hands me a flyer. He's like, we're looking for this little girl. He's like, if you see, you know, call that number. And I take the flyer, you know, and I ain't thinking much of it. Well, come to find out, later on, he gets arrested for murdering the little girl, the guy that gave me the flyer. the one that said it was her daddy, he wasn't her daddy. He was her mama's boyfriend, and he had murdered a little girl and put her in plastic bags and threw her down the swamp. And I think he's in prison. The mama went to prison for child neglect or something like that because she had met the guy in prison. But he walked right up and handed me a flyer looking for the girl after he knew good and well he murdered her.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
I mean, good God, what's wrong with these people, you know? We had one over here that the mother was on the television saying that her little girl had gone missing. She'd gone missing from school. They had the whole neighborhood out looking, all the police out looking. It turned out that this child's uncle had hidden her under his bed, and the mother knew all about it. But she was doing it to get,
attention?
Donations and, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. That sounds pretty criminal there.
I know, but what they did were they hid her. The uncle hid her under the bed for these few weeks.
Yeah.
While the whole neighborhood and the police and everyone were looking for her, and then they found her under the bed.
Crazy. I remember there was a story that came out a long time ago where a dude said he had a big ass inflatable UFO in his backyard and his daughter had climbed in and it took off. Like it floated off.
Oh, God.
I swear, a true story. And they had all these people looking for the daughter, and they had hid the daughter in the attic of the house or something like that. It was just a big hoax.
Yeah, it's just to get money. What the hell is wrong with these people?
People are crazy. People are crazy. But one thing about this damn sure ain't no hoax. These people dead as can be.
No.
So.
I know.
Look, happy.
Did you see that call that you had the other day? That was a really weird. That guy that talked about the knife and the wounds and the way that
the bodies were stacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That's knowing too much information. You're saying things only the killer would know.
Yes, I hope they could trace that, really, because if they could trace that call.
I mean, when you say things that, some people could be making it up, of course, or it could be something that only the killer knows. That's why the police don't tell you nothing. Because if you start saying shit that's true, the police are going to know it's you.
Yeah. But he was talking about things that nobody knew. Only the killer.
Allegedly. Like, he could have been making that up. I could make up a story, the same if you didn't know who I was and it just came up here and was like, there was blood. If you look on the back handle of the doorknob, he left his feet. You could say anything. It don't make it true, And people out here on the internet, they say the craziest things. They make up stories and they live in these fantasy worlds, and it's.
Oh yeah.
So you never know what you're gonna get on the internet.
Well, you don't, and you don't know who you're talking to on the internet, and it's they can be whoever they want to be.
Yeah, like you could be a 60-year-old dude named George.
Yes, that's true. Yes, you
could. Pouring candle wax on yourself now. But look, I'm sure you're not. So have a happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you too, darling.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, guys. I'm going to kick into a song real quick, and I'm going to be right back with you guys, all right? Don't go anywhere. Dolly break. Dolly break. Okay? Let me see what I want to play. Let me close the phone line so people don't blow it up. And this will give you guys a second to like the video if you haven't. Alright. Let's play. I'll be right back, guys.
I know you showed me your affection, but I was looking for perfection. So I moved on and on and on to someone new, as if no one knew what I was going through. I know you think I'm just pretending,
Okay. I'm back with you guys. Your favorite is Spin Me. Merry Christmas to you guys. And definitely shout outs to everybody that's been hitting up my Christmas wish list. You guys are great. Okay. Lolo really thanks you. So she got some dog food, right? Her favorite. She got some clothes, right? Somebody got her the doggy steps so she don't have to jump on the bed. She's balling. So Lolo for sure says thank you guys. I would bring her in here, but she's sleeping pretty good, so I ain't gonna mess with her. But she told me before she went to bed to thank all the turtles. You guys are the best, okay? Dolly, love this song. Well, thank you. You know, you can always download it. This song right here that I was just playing is called Flavor of the Day, and it's by Sam Shore, okay? So if you want to look it up on YouTube or something to put it on your playlist, there you go. There you go. You can thank Dolly later, okay? So the whole thing is this. There may be some DNA. That's the information, long story short, that I wanted to bring you guys. Nancy Grace is saying there might have been some smudging of blood going on. And if that is the case, it's just a matter of time till technology catches up with this killer. But that ain't quick enough, okay? We need this killer off the streets a little bit faster than that, all right? What's up? I plead the fifth. Trouble in Turtle Paradise. I'm having, let's see. Guys, and remember, a good way to support Dolly Vision is hit that join button. If you running around here a naked turtle without a turtle shell, get you a shell, right? We got the fly shells in town, okay? We'll be running around just a naked damn turtle up here on Dolly Vision. Hit that join button. Get you a nice 2023 shell, right? We're giving out the new shells since it's so close to the end of the year. When you get on that green team, you're going to get you a 2023 shell, all right? Limited edition. Deluxe interior, you know? And I want you guys to have a great rest of your day. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Dolly going to nap out for a little bit. Go get me some lunch. And I will be back with you guys later this afternoon. All right? So don't let anybody F your day up. Look out for serial killers. If you see a white Hyundai Elantra 2011, run, okay? Just run, just to be safe. You never know. If you see an 80-year-old woman get out of it, still run. You ain't got to run as fast, though, because you can probably outrun her, okay? Be careful if you're doing any last-minute Christmas shopping, guys. This is serious, right? This dead, no jokes aside. This time of the year is when the most crimes happen, robberies, carjackings. There's a lot of people that don't have a lot, and they will hurt you for the little bit that you do have. So be careful when you leave in stores. Try not to go places by yourself right now. It's the holidays. People are fucking nutty, right? So be careful. Be super careful. Keep your eyes open at all times, especially if you're going out at night. Be careful if you're by yourself. Park near the fronts of stores, things like that. Or wait until you can find a parking spot close to stores, near lights and cameras, things of that nature, so nothing happens to you, right? Be nice to the people in the stores. Don't hurt anybody, you know, over a damn microwave or a TV. It's not that important. It's just another day where you spend all your damn money on people, okay? So be safe, be careful. Dolly loves you, and I will see you sometime, let's say somewhere around about 2 o'clock, somewhere around that range. You guys be good. I'll see you later. Peace.